Wait, before we continue talking about movies, I do have to bring up the Big L. The Big L.
What Big L?
How can you forget this Big L?
Oh,
the
for
Big
Costa
L with
Rica.
this car.
Oh, we started off Costa Rica
With a huge
on
L.
an interesting note here.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our Carcast.
Yo, it's the last episode, potentially, of the year in 2021.
Yeah!
It's been a crazy year, and you know what? I think we need to have a name. I've been hearing this as feedback from people where, you know, we call it Welcome Back to Carcast. We should be saying, like, Welcome Back to the Barry and Sinat Show or something like that. We need to come up with a cool name.
Yeah. If you guys have any cool ideas for names, just let us know.
Yeah.
Because, like...
You have any ideas, Sinat?
Bro, I got no ideas. My brain, no work. Brain empty.
Maybe, like, Driving with Barry and Sinat.
Okay, that's kind of boring.
We'll come up with something. Let us know if you guys, and let us know in the comments if you come up with something. But yeah, 2021, we're kicking it off. We're closing it off with a bang.
Kicking up.
Where are we today, Sinat?
We're in Costa Rica. Currently, Monteverde, which is like a mountain city.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And right now it's like raining, but it's a weird type of rain because the sun's out.
Yeah. There's like literally I don't see a cloud. Yeah. So I'm like, where is it coming from?
It's a little confusing. And driving in Costa Rica has been a little tricky to say the least.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Like everything's on the right side of the road, which we're familiar with, but people just be wilding.
Yeah, you got people walking the streets, you got bike, you got people on scooters and motorcycles.
Yeah, the narrow roads and
narrow.
Huge trucks that you have to avoid. Another thing I noticed about Costa Rica is like almost every restaurant, not every restaurant, but like a lot of restaurants have soda in the name. Yeah. And we were just like...
I was like, man, first we didn't know this. I was like, there seems to be soda in all these places. Yeah. Like, what's up with the soda here?
So like maybe soda translates to restaurant. Like I don't know Spanish.
They have like some specialty Coca-Cola in Costa Rica, but no, soda just means like when I looked it up, like refreshments. Yeah. So like these are like restaurants for places like, for refreshments and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's an interesting way of putting it because like it's a restaurant, like primarily food.
Yeah. But
the food here is actually pretty cheap. Would you agree, Barry?
I would say so. Like, yeah, I mean, we had breakfast today, like at our brunch spot, and normally in LA, the stuff we got, 2 entrees, some drinks, probably would have been like $50 in LA.
Yep.
Here it costs like $23, $24.
Yeah, for like the whole meal, including like my coffee, Barry's like drink, and like what's interesting is I've noticed that the drinks are almost like half the price of what like the food is, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah, so it's like specifically the food itself is very cheap. Yeah. The drinks are like a little cheap, but the food, it's crazy. You can get like a giant plate of food for like $5 at a restaurant. Like a nice restaurant, not just hole in the walls, but like nice restaurants with waiters and stuff.
It's crazy.
And you know, I one thing I've noticed from all these restaurants we've been to like 5 so far, they all have natural drinks. Like you can get what they call them natural drinks. You get like a watermelon drink or a passion fruit drink.
Or you choose water.
Yeah, and you can get all these fruits in your drink, and it's pretty cheap. And I think that should be a standard. I wish they had that back in California.
The fruits are actually really tasty.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge fan. And another thing we've noticed is that a lot of stray dogs everywhere we go. Like when we were just sitting down at breakfast, I saw 7 different stray dogs just walk by, and I'm like, dang.
Yeah, a little sad.
Yeah.
It seems like every country has either a stray dog or stray cat problem.
Yes. Like, do you ever see a lot of both of them in one place? Like, you'll see a stray cat here and there, but this was primarily stray dogs. And then, like, a place like Turkey is known to be full of stray cats, but do you see a lot of stray dogs? Like, is one or the other? Like, they fight to the death, and then whoever wins, it dominates the country? Please explain dogs and cats.
Yeah.
What did you do? What is going on?
I wonder if it's a climate thing. No, it can't be a climate thing because when we were in Hawaii, there were a ton of
so many cats,
stray cats, and it's probably
humid and hot like
similar climate to here in Costa Rica.
That is very true. Yeah, so we all know what it is.
So I don't want to also give the wrong impression. We mentioned that the food is cheap.
Yeah.
But everything else so far has been kind of expensive. I think there's a little bit of like a tourist trap thing going on in Costa Rica. Yep. Even like hikes. Like when we planned our trip, we planned a bunch of hikes.
Yeah, and I was like easy, free.
Yeah. The hikes you have to pay for, and they're not like
an entry fee.
It's not like a few dollars. It was like $27 per person.
Yeah.
To go to some hike.
And it felt a little bit like a tourist trap, especially because it was listed in US dollars. I'm like, I know the locals are not doing this. Like, what are the local hikes?
Yeah.
You know, like it was painful. It got to the point where you can see on Google Maps, within the name of the attraction, it'll say free. They're like, don't worry, it's free.
Yeah, those are the good attractions. Like today, we discovered a nice local gem, a hidden gem. It was this rope swinging place. So it was just under the bridge.
Yep, right into a river.
Yeah, there was like this river, and you can just grab onto this rope and swing in, and that was awesome. That was fun.
And guess what I don't have?
What don't you have?
Upper body strength. And guess what happened when I did it? I let go, not because I knew I had to let go. It's because I couldn't hold myself anymore.
Yeah, we got to throw in that clip here.
Yeah, because like, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's probably only about a second above the rocks. There's like a bunch of rocks for reference that you have to avoid. So you have to hold on for a bit. And I'm like, okay. And then I just couldn't hold on anymore, so I let go and I was like, I hope I land in water. And I landed like on my side so hard on my back. And I was like, what have I done?
But I'm proud of Sana. She did it. She took a while for her to build.
Okay, it took you a while as well.
It took me like, a few seconds. It took Sana a few minutes.
What's weird is the first time Barry did it pretty quickly. The first time he did it pretty quickly. Like he moved. And then like when he jumped off, he got scared and just started like, his feet were still on the floor and he was just hanging low. I was like, what are you doing? And then he let go. But the second time, you took a while to do it. So like...
I took maximum 10 seconds.
Not true.
I just had to take a few breaths.
Not true.
And then go.
It took like 2 minutes maybe. It's not true. Don't believe this guy.
Oh boy.
The truth, not there. Nowhere to be found. But yeah, that is what we've noticed so far. To be fair, we did just get here only a day ago. Took that classic red eye. Lots of pain. And now we're here.
Yeah, it's bumpy roads right now.
Yeah.
I've noticed, we are going in vacation. Like, we're on vacation, I guess you could say.
We're going to vacation while on vacation.
And one thing we never do when we're on vacation is watch movies because it feels like it's like a waste of a vacation.
Yes.
But we watch movies so much at home. I feel like it's just a part of our life. And every time I go on vacation, I just miss watching movies.
That's so true. And it's like kind of crazy because when you think about it, there's a lot of movies that come out worldwide. So like they're they're available where the movie theaters don't know.
Yeah.
But like they're there and we just never do it. But I guess because it's kind of like, I would view it as like a waste of time for vacation. Like if you can watch this movie in America, why are you doing this when you're on vacation?
That's true. But what if you think about that with restaurants where it's like you could be eating this kind of food. I just had a burger. I could have been eating this burger back in LA.
That's not the same.
Like what if
I guess you should say to yourself why I get this burger. It's like people who travel and then go to Costa Rica. I mean, they go to Cheesecake Factory. Why are you going to Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go to a chain. That's true.
Yeah, like this is still a local spot.
With movie theaters, I think it might be cool to start going to a movie every time we travel, just to compare the movie theater experiences.
I mean, I feel like it's so different. Like our movie theater experience in America is always like the AMCs, like chains.
Yeah.
We don't really go to boutique movie theaters. And I don't know if there's chains abroad for theaters, but like I imagine there'd be a lot of boutique ones.
Yeah.
And like it's not gonna be a similar comparison.
That's true.
This is so bumpy. That's crazy.
Bumpy roads.
Wait, before we continue talking about movies, I do have to bring up the Big L. The Big L.
What Big L?
How can you forget this Big L?
Oh,
the
for
Big
Costa
L
Rica.
of this car.
Oh, we started off Costa Rica on
a huge
on an interesting note here. Go ahead, Sana. What'd you do?
So I'm out here. We land and like two stray dogs.
Oh,
so
I'll preface by saying that usually Sana is kind of like the lead planner for our trips, and I love that because Sana's really good at planning things. She kind of like has like a great planning mentality. She's great with trips. She puts in a lot of activities.
It's my skill set.
Yeah.
Trip planning.
So I have no doubts whenever she plans a trip. I'm like, all right.
He does not check anything. He's
everything's
like,
gonna go smooth. I don't double check her work.
Yeah.
But,
Thank you for that.
Go on, Sana.
Very saving me, because it's true. I'm not normally this careless.
I don't want people to think badly of you based on this one story.
I swear, this is only the second time I've made a travel mistake. But anyways, this time we land around like 7 a.m. local time. It's like central time over here.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're all tired because it was a red eye. It's time to go get our car rental. We leave the airport. We're trying to find Avis, the car rental place. And we find him. And
We find him?
Yeah, okay, well, there was a guy who had a sign that said Avis. Okay, we found him, and we're like, hey, looking to pick up our car rental. And he's like, yeah, what's your name? He has like a list of names that have reservations for the day. And then I tell him my name, and he's looking. I'm like, can't find it. And I give him my first name, because before I gave last. And still, he like shows me a list. He's like, can't find it. And I'm like, huh. So then I pulled my email, because I have like the confirmation email from Avis. And I'm like, this is it. And then he's observing the email. He's like looking through it for a little bit. And then he's like, that's San Jose, California.
And we were in San Jose, Costa Rica.
I rented the car in California.
Yeah, so our car was waiting for us back in our home state.
Back in San Jose. And San Jose, California. And I was like...
And it's like Christmas time.
Yeah, it was the 23rd, yeah.
So it was quite a busy time, and there were no rentals available. The guy looked scared for us. He was like, yeah. So
he was genuinely worried.
He was like, do you really need a car?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have any more cars at Avis. Let me call my friends into the different stores.
All of them are making phone calls trying to find a car. Yeah. We're like, there's no way.
So we checked like all the booths. Hertz was booked out.
There were like maybe 10 car rental agencies at the airport. We checked all of them.
The only car we found was this car we're in right now.
Yep.
Which was like, quite pricey.
It was honestly crazy. Like so much more than it should have been.
But we're in a car. Alhamdulillah, we made it, and we're good. But speaking of this car though, it's called the Toyota Rush. That's the model of the car.
Yep.
I've never heard of this car.
Nope.
And what's really interesting is that it's a brand new car, but it seems very old. And I guess it kind of proves the fact that I live in a bubble or something. I thought all new modern cars come with like basic things like a rear view camera or a USB cable for your phone to charge.
That's what you thought.
This car, I mean, he says brand new, and it looks nice. It's everything. It's nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
But there's no rear view camera. There's no there's no USB cord to charge your phone. There's no even middle console, like put your
like a little cabinet.
I think they made this car in a rush.
This is the joke that Barry's been repeating this whole time. He's like, they made this Toyota Rush in a rush. Yeah. Humor. But anyways, I just had to give that story before we continue talking about movies. But anyways, yeah. It would be cool to sort of experience movie theaters abroad. It just feels like a waste of time. Like it could be like a 2.5-2-hour commitment.
I get it. Yeah, that's why we don't do it. But maybe one day we'll start doing that.
Just love the movie theater, man. Like,
what if the movie theaters end up going obsolete, like people are saying? That would suck.
I honestly think movie theaters, especially ones like AMC, have figured out the formula to save movie theaters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know if you remember this, but like growing up, when I was gonna go watch like a really popular movie, I would have to get there like an hour in advance to ensure I don't sit in the front. Like, it was a whole endeavor. Like, I remember the first time I watched Spiderman, like the Amazing Spider-Man of Andrew Garfield, I got there like an hour and a half early to make sure I was not sitting in the front. But now AMC has unlocked these reserved seating, and I think more theaters are adapting that. So there's different ways to save movie theaters, and I think it's working.
Yeah, they've mastered the UX, the user experience of watching movies in theaters, which is great.
Make it as seamless as possible.
But everyone
you can order ahead at the concession stand now. You don't have to wait in line at all. No more waiting.
So we're proud AMC Stubbs List members, A-list members, where we have like a subscription where we can watch basically
as many movies as you
want. And people, it's hard to find people with that, like, because people look at us, they're like, wow, you watch that many movies in theaters? What's wrong with just watching them at home? But there's something special about movie theater watching. Like, you can't get that at home, even if you have like a home theater. Just being stuck in a room where you have to watch, you can't look at your phone, you can't leave, you can't go to the bathroom or something, or you can, but like that's,
but like, why would
you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, that just perfects the movie experience, and that's something I would never want to get rid of. And so I hope movie theaters do not go out of business. That would really blow.
Oh yeah, I would be so sad. The experience is something else. We recently just saw Spider-Man, like that Spider-Man.
The new Spider-Man.
Oh, what an experience!
It was crazy.
And
should we give a spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
If you haven't seen the movie and you care about,
just stop watching right now.
If you care about what happens in the movie, maybe pause this Carcast, go watch it. come back in 3 hours, and then you can continue the episode.
Go watch the movie right now.
Yeah, then you continue the episode. I don't want you to say like, just don't watch the episode. Just pause for a second. But yeah, it was crazy. Go ahead and I mean, Sanaa. It was fun. It was funny because in the movie, I knew Sanaa was really hyped for this. She loves Marvel and Spider-Man. I was like just watching her for a good portion of it.
Yeah, he wasn't watching the movie. I'm like, Barry.
Sanaa's face the whole time was like, especially like when
the thing happened.
When all 3 Spider-Men came out on the same screen, you saw Tobey Maguire, you saw Andrew Garfield, and Elton John. No, sorry. I don't know.
What did you just say?
I was thinking of British people. What's his name?
Elton John?
What's the little kid's name?
What do you mean, Tom Holland?
Tom Holland, yeah. Elton John, I don't know. Sorry, yeah. Elton John is not a Spider-Man. But...
Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. We gotta do a quick
we gotta do a Yui.
We gotta do a Yui. What I love about car casting is how much confusion we get with our camera.
Yeah.
Everyone's just looking at, what the fuck is that?
And we keep it authentic. We like to show you exactly what we're driving through.
We are currently at, what is this? The Monteverde National Forest.
Yeah. Man, these people are not looking happy.
Yeah, they look like angry that we're filming. They're like, how dare you? Anyways.
They're probably waiting for a shuttle. They've probably been waiting for a long time at a shuttle after this hike.
Oh, that's true. Anyways,
how'd you feel this night first of all, what was your going to the movie? Did you think it was going to happen that all 3 of them were going to be there?
Well, okay, to be fair, so I saw it Friday and it came out on a Thursday. To be fair, I saw a slight spoiler on Instagram from like a random meme account, and that's when I was like, Barry, we have to see it ASAP. It wasn't a big one, but it was like, the cartoon meme of all the Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yeah.
And it's like all the Spider-Man and blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, no. Yeah, so I thought it was just going to be Andrew Garfield. Did not think it was going to be Tobey Maguire. And oh my God, like the experience, the movie theater experience was incredible.
That was wild.
The crowd, everyone's cheering, everyone's awing, everyone, like it was such a collaborative effort. It was awesome. Such a beautiful experience. Like the minute Andrew Garfield came through that portal, like the minute he was in the alleyway, you heard some, because you can like recognize him by his suit. Like if you're a real Spider-Man fan, you're like, that's Andrew Garfield's suit. And oh my God, I have goosebumps.
Yeah, you can tell Sanaa's just so excited even just talking about it.
I just I think like what I'm curious about is like, I grew up watching these movies, like, Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire came out like 20 years ago. Like, I grew up watching these. I'm curious if like the young kids in the theater who are like 5 and 6, like, did they process how important this was? And I'm going to say that Andrew Garfield definitely got a lot more cheering than Tobey Maguire.
They probably didn't. I mean, I would say, like, you have to be in the golden age of, like, basically, like, young millennials, old Gen Zs. Like, that's where, like, all 3 Spider-Man stuff. That's why you really feel the effect. Otherwise, I don't think we would have felt it.
That was so amazing. Like, that is a prime example. Watching that at home, no.
Guys, Sanaa watched it in the theaters twice. She saw it again the next day.
No, first of all, it was 2 days later. Second of all, I just like, because when you like, okay, here's the thing. Someone once told me, I believe it was Omar, that watching a movie first time, that's cool and all, but watching for a second time is now watching it like it's an art piece.
That's true.
And I completely agree. Like the second time around, I was still just as happy.
I'm pretty sure that's from a movie director. Whoa. Costa Rica.
To be fair, this road is narrow. And he was going really fast. Anyways.
I'm pretty sure Stanley Kubrick or some famous film director said that.
Oh, really?
It's like, watching a movie once is entertainment. If you watch it twice, it's for art.
Yeah. And that's exactly how it felt like. I saw it for the second time, and I was so happy. Yeah. It was just beautiful the second time around. I highly recommend doing it if you haven't. Just watch it twice. Just going, oh, wow, look at that Airbnb.
Oh, that's pretty sick house.
Beautiful place.
That is so cool.
I
hope that, I'm grateful for movies like Spider-Man and other like blockbusters.
Yeah.
I'm not like a traditional cinephile where they think those mainstream movies are just like not real cinema, because if it wasn't for those movies, I think movie theaters would be bankrupt.
Oh, 100%.
Like these movies are making the theater so much money, and I'm like, all right, thank you. We can keep going another year. As long as we have bangers like Spiderman that people are like hyping up, then I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, and it broke records, so it definitely is helping out. But yeah, I think the movie theater experience in situations like that is incredible, and it's the way to go.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about Spider-Man. Immediately when I got home, I just like went on TikTok, I went on YouTube, and I just watched so many videos. So many. I like was obsessed for a full 24 hours. I was like, I can't think, I can't eat, I can't sleep. I need to know everything about what had just happened. They pulled it off. Wow.
What are the odds that you watch Hollywood, you watch Spider-Man for a third time here in Costa Rica?
I'm dying. No. Where's the time, bro? We're here for 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, this is a weekend trip.
The marketing, props to like the marketing team of Marvel for keeping the secret.
Guerrilla marketing.
They did just enough so that people had rumors that all three of the Spider-Man were going to be there, but it was not confirmed, and you know that like really just made the hype up.
Honestly.
Oh man, that's great marketing right there.
Whoever thought of that as an idea, you deserve a raise. Like, you are like prime marketing. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that movie experience in general is exactly why movie theaters have to exist.
For sure.
Oh, one experience.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to wrap up 2021 in Costa Rica. We hope you all had a great 2021, and we will see you in 22.
All right. Bye.
Peace and love as always.